What's up with the squad? Back with another video. The video a little different, I ain't gonna cap. This video is a little different. Got this video sent to me, so can't really put out the original video because it's sent to me, you feel me? But this is, you know, some footage of Donald Trump, you feel me? It's on The View too. It's definitely crazy. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, y'all.
We're so happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us,
That's wild.
very happy.
We love it.
Okay, so I'm going to take you at your word that you have not decided yet when you're going to run, but you're thinking about it, and you've expressed some of your views, which are controversial, and in many ways, but
not to her.
Well, not to her. Okay, you're a Republican, but let's say that you do decide in the spring, right? And your ideas resonate so much. On the other hand, you know, we saw Newt Gingrich apologizing for his marriages and divorces. You've had 3 marriages, 2 sort of uncomfortable divorces. Do you think that
not really. They were very comfortable.
Right. We won't leave you all. Do you think that the country, that would bother anybody?
I think the country is doing so badly, they want somebody that's going to help it. I think the country is never been in a position like it is right now. It's being ripped off by every nation, every intelligent nation in the world, whether it's China. They're taking our jobs, they're making all our product, and then they loan us back the money, we pay them interest.
That is
whether
crazy.
it's OPEC, which is, I mean, they're having a field day right now. How about the Arab League? They say, we want you to go in and attack Libya. These are the wealthiest countries in the world. Why aren't they paying us?
Okay,
Why
so
aren't
then they changed their minds also.
But you didn't answer my question.
No, I did answer your question. I really
you
think
it won't
people.
matter.
I think maybe 10 years ago it would have mattered.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
The fact is, I think people want somebody now that's going to protect them and protect this country, because we're not going to be a great country for long if we keep going the way we're going right now.
And y'all heard him say it there first. I mean, that's right there, spot on what he's saying. Because look at where we are right now. I mean, that's just being 100. Like, look where we are right now. And if y'all want to find that video, it's right there. Actually, it's True3 Nola. So TRU3 and then NOLA. On TikTok though.
Barbara, when we have France leading the charge, okay? France, this is our new leader. By the way, they led for about 2 hours. After that, nobody's seen them. I don't know if you know that or not.
Geographically, so they
Let me
should.
just ask a follow-up question to that.
Their lead is the point.
Let me just ask
instead of the
a
other way.
follow-up question to that. Let's say you run. You've given a lot of thought for this. Who would you like as your vice president? Possibly Sarah Palin?
Well, I think it's far too early even to discuss that. I'm going to make a decision sometime prior to June.
I haven't heard that name in
I'm
a
thinking
while.
about it very strongly. I think I'd do a really good job. I think I'd protect this country like it's not being protected. You know, it's funny. So many of the things I say, now politicians are saying, hey, that's right. Why don't we, why aren't they paying us? If you look at North Korea, South Korea, we're protecting South Korea. They're making a fortune. Let's call it hundreds of billions of dollars of profit on us. We have 25,000 soldiers over there protecting them. They don't pay us. Why aren't they paying?
And that's crazy that he's saying that, because I was about to say my dad. My brother was actually he was sent over there. He was stationed out in South Korea. He was there for 2.5 years. My brother served for 4 years in the military, and it was definitely, when he, you know, called and stuff like that, it was definitely a little different. That's funny he said something about South Korea and the soldiers being there, because my brother was, I don't know, I forgot what year. I want to say 2016, maybe even 2015, 2016. I know it was somewhere around that.
You're treating this like a business.
No, a business with heart.
Okay.
Believe me, there's a lot of heart. It's a business, but it's also a business with heart. We will destroy this country. It won't be a war if the economics of this country keep going the way they're going. We're not going to have a country.
You're kind of a social liberal, Donald. You know, you're a social liberal. Could you actually get the base to vote for you in the primary?
Well, every poll is saying that I'm the one that does the best. They're doing polls.
They actually have you a higher approval rating than Mitt Romney, Tim Pawlenty, John Boehner. But out of those, if you're thinking of competition within the party to get the nomination, really your biggest competition will be, should you get the nomination, President Obama.
Well, I was the only one. A CNN poll just came out, as you probably saw, and I was the only one that was essentially tied with Obama. Everyone was 10 and 15 points down. So, you know, we'll see. I haven't made a decision. I'll be making a decision, and I will do a good job if I decide yes, and if I win.
Okay.
I just was wondering, because you were talking about how all these countries have been doing this. You would admit that this has sort of been business as usual for the last 30 years. I mean,
yes.
we have. So this is not because it's nothing new. This has been going on. So you're saying you would come in and stop that practice?
But it's never been as bad as it is now. We've never had $1.6 trillion in deficits.
It was as bad when George Bush left office. So he was the one who left this.
You're right.
Who left this.
Excuse me. I'm a Republican. George Bush, he gave us Obama. I'm not a big fan of George Bush. I'm not a fan of Obamacare.
Let's not talk about who gave who,
I know,
baby,
Whoopi.
because
I don't think I'm going to get Whoopi's vote.
If you did, let me just ask.
Dang, she got a little mad. She got a little tense right there. Whoopi, you already in hot water. You already in hot water? Look at that. Look at that. I know y'all can't see. It's actually a lot of people gonna be complaining, but it's actually like a small video on like a big screen. Apologize for that, but this is the way it's sent.
You get Whoopi's vote.
If you did, let me just ask. If you did beat,
and she likes me. She even put me in her movies.
I was just going to say.
She put me in her movies, right? A long time ago.
You
And
guys
how
are
much did I charge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie.
if you did beat Obama, though,
It's just
would you say you're
Donald.
fired to him if you did beat him in the general election?
I don't want to trivialize it. You know, we have this show that turned out to be such a success, and maybe that's why I'm sitting here partially, because people have gotten to know
They
me.
respect
But
it.
what about this? You recently said about President Obama, I'm going to quote you, he grew up and nobody knew him. Nobody knows who he is until later in his life. The whole thing is very strange. What are you driving at there? Are you a Bertha, Donald?
Okay, let me just tell you. I was a really good student at the best school. I'm not like a smart guy, okay? They make these birthers into the worst idiots. Why doesn't he show his birth certificate? I think he probably...
have to?
Because I have to, and everybody else has to, Whoopi.
Exactly, and that's a big thing too. I know somebody has sent me a video about his birth certificate, but that is, you know, just like, you know, and it's crazy. I mean, because you need these things. First of all, you're running, so obviously, just like he said, I have to as well. What makes him so different that he don't have to show his birth certificate? And you can tell that she's triggered about it. She's very triggered about it. That's crazy.
Not like a smart guy, okay? They make these birthers into the worst idiots. Why doesn't he show his birth certificate? I think he probably...
have to?
Because I have to, and everybody else has to, Whoopi.
I'm sure
Why
that you
wouldn't
can't
he
show his
show...
birth
Excuse me. Why... No, excuse me. I really believe there's a birth certificate. Why... Look, she's smiling. Why doesn't he show his birth certificate? And you know what? I wish he would, because I think it's a terrible pall that's hanging over him. He should show his birth certificate. The other thing, if you go back to my first grade, my kindergarten, people remember me. Nobody from those early years...
That's not true.
We have pictures of them. What are you talking about?
Okay, show me a picture.
There are kids in Hawaii. There are people in Hawaii. There are people that he's grown up. No, as
I
little
haven't seen
kids.
early pictures. But more importantly, why doesn't he... And you know what? I think he probably was, but the word probably would be...
Why should he have to defend himself against...
You know why?
Against an accusation.
Because if you're going to be the president... Because if you're going to be the president of the United States, it says very profoundly that you have to be born in this country.
But did any other president do that today? Did George Bush show me the president?
And it's crazy though. It's crazy though. This what makes me the most happy within this video. I ain't gonna end the video here because I'm really mad that this is not the end of the video, because that would have ended off so smooth. Just think about that. This is their show. He got on their show and the audience is clapping from what he said, not because of what they... It's how many women sitting there? I think it was what, like 5 women sitting here? I think it's 5. And they clapping on y'all show, The View, for what he said. That's being real. That's real. Those are facts. That's something that you have to have. You have to be born in this country. I mean, that's just what it is.
Born in this country.
But did any other president do that today? Did George Bush show me the president?
The question is, why did he want the hanging over him if it's
Probably
true?
he was.
No one has ever asked George Bush or said to George Bush, I'm sorry, is Hawaii not part of the United States?
George Bush. And I'm not saying I was a fan of George Bush.
No.
You know that better than anybody. But George Bush was born in this country. That's right.
Isn't Hawaii still part of the United States?
Question?
Am I gone?
You
Do you question whether he was or not? because he hasn't come forward with it?
I grew up in New York. Wall Street was a big part. I have seen fraud and I have seen scandal, and
But I thought he wasn't born in Hawaii, though. I thought he wasn't.
I've seen things that a lot of people don't see. I've seen people take a $100 bill and make it $1 million bill.
We're going to have to pause. Get to the point.
Okay, the point is, I can't rely on some newspaper that they show
In order to become president of the United States, in order to
I
get
want
a
him to
driver's
show his
license,
birth certificate. I want him to show his birth certificate. There's something on
Okay,
that
why
birth
not, I
certificate that he doesn't like.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
that's a terrible
That
thing
is
to
just
say.
a
Whoopi, I'm telling
lady
you.
was 3 pounds.
Whoopi, I love you. I'm
Donald,
telling
I love
you.
you too. I think that's the biggest pile of dog.
Whoopi, you already cussing on my show. Don't be cussing on my show, Whoopi. You already in hot water.
Mess I've heard in ages.
The question is then why not show it, right?
There's something on his birth certificate he doesn't want to show.
It's not because
What
he's
is
black.
Let
It's
him
time you were
show
born,
has
what
nothing
color
to do
you
with
are.
that. By the way,
Because I've
has
never heard
nothing
any
to do
white
with it.
president ask to be shown the birth certificate.
Everybody does.
When you become a president of the United States of America,
Okay, listen.
you
Whoopi,
know that he's
let him
American.
show
I'm
his
saying
birth
that's
certificate.
Are you
BS.
saying that it just only
Guys,
lets people
listen,
have doubt
do you
and
want to talk
it
at all
shouldn't
about
be
The
there?
Apprentice?
Doesn't matter. It's doing great.
Good,
The
then we
ratings
won't
are through the roof.
decide.
This is boring.
No, a lot of it is hidden, though.
We'll have more of this when we come back.
No, there's a lot of stuff that's hidden, though. It's a lot of stuff that's that's just closed off. That's secrets, A lot of the stuff with the Tucker Carlson. I'm not gonna repeat it because I'm already on watch. I'm already on watch. They didn't got me, y'all. They're trying to censor me, but at the same time, though, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's stuff that a lot of people don't want, and it's going to haunt you. When you try to be in the higher ups, especially the president of the United States, a lot of stuff is going to haunt you. There's going to be so many people that try to dig something up. Us YouTubers, we have a lot of people that try their best. They follow these YouTubers. They take pictures on them. They video. They look back in their past. What do you think people are going to do? You being the president of the United States. That's just common sense. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, but definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. Let me know y'all thoughts. Make sure y'all email me LifeWithRecklezz@yahoo.com or DM me on Instagram LifeWithRecklezz. Definitely much love to everybody. Love y'all for real, for sticking with me and my channel. I definitely gotta get it to y'all. Leaving comments, leaving likes, sending emails, all of that. Definitely love it. I really do. Catch y'all next one.